from day 2 of our ZVX midterms. Today we're going to be talking about ZvT with IdrA and LZ Gamer. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited. I know I certainly am. We'll have IdrA on in about 8 minutes. So in the meantime, just sit back, chillax, get a drink, get a snack, go to the bathroom, and be ready. We'll be starting up in about 8 minutes. that's enough of that shit.
Yo,
Hey, IdrA, how are you?
pretty good.
Right, that's awesome. Pretty good, he says. He doesn't ask how I am. He's not concerned about it. You're hurting my feelings, Greg.
I'm sorry about that.
That's cool. It is cool. So, welcome back. Thank you for coming on for a second night. Tonight we're going to be talking about ZvT. I hope that you have lots of fun stuff to kind of throw our way. And our adversary this evening is going to be LZ Gamer. And I talked to Jake just a second ago. He says he'll be ready in about 5, which gives us a nice little window to kind of just talk StarCraft, huh?
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
So again, like yesterday, just kind of going over the basics of ZvT first, and then playing the show matches.
Pretty much. Everybody knows that that you really love this Muta style, and and there's certainly no reason at all for you to change it. You just recently took a game kind of famously off, probably hands down the best Terran player in the world in MVP. So that was an awesome game. Everybody, I'm sure, has seen that. I'm sure you're quite proud of that.
Good. Yeah, it was an awesome game. Yeah, I almost feel like you have to go muted just because there's almost no other way to control the game. Like roaches, roachling, baneling kind of stuff with infestor support, you can play defensively and it can work out okay, but you're never going to be able to put any real pressure on the Terran. So they just recognize that and play defensively. I don't really feel there's much of a way to take the game.
Really?
So I definitely prefer mutas, yeah.
Okay. Recently, I've worked with Machine in the past, and Rhett, of course, and who else? You know, Chef and Katz, and all those guys have come on the show, and of course Jeff has been on many times. And you know, everybody says the same thing. You got to have mutas to control the pace of the game. You got to make mutas. Mutas are awesome, and I would
Yep.
totally agree. I would never argue against mutas. I think if you are a high-level player and you have good control, and you can really make the mutas, you can really get mileage out of your mutas, I think it's probably the best way to play ZvT. However, you are teammates with StrifeCrow. I don't know how often you guys play together with you being in Korea, but StrifeCrow has a little bit different of a style in that he prefers to be more infestor-centric. Now, he still makes a couple mutas, but I don't think his gameplay is centered around them in such a way that we see out of you know, literally the best Zerg players in the world, like you and like Rhett and like, you know, the Nesties and can we still call Fruit Dealer one of the best in the world, because he's kind of struggled lately.
At times he is. When he's playing well, he is. Yeah.
But certainly, you know, these guys all make a lot of mutas. Mutas are really good. But StrifeCrow has kind of, I don't want to say he's pioneered this new style, because you were doing it months and months ago before you kind of started making lots of mutas. But he's doing it today, and we're also seeing it kind of out of a lot of European Zergs. Dark Force is showing us a lot of good infestor play, and Katz, of course, is not in Europe, but he is another big infestor proponent. And then I had LZ Gamer come on the show to talk to me about ZvT, and he said, you know, Ben, when I'm playing against a Zerg player, I find it much easier to deal with mutas than I do with infestors. And that kind of got me thinking. You know, I said to myself, well, if LZ would rather play against mutas than against infestors, then maybe I should give these guys an honest chance. And really, ever since then, I've been playing pretty infestor-centric, and I've been having a lot more success. And I think it's more tied to the fact that an infestor style is more forgiving. You know, you have to be very aggressive with your mutas. Maybe I shouldn't say aggressive, but you have to keep them in the Terran's face. You know, you're using them to harass, you're using them for map control. And for a scrub like me, it just takes one misclick to fly your 20 mutas over a bunch of Marines, and the game's over. What merit do you give a more infestor-centric style, and or would you just dismiss it completely?
Wouldn't dismiss it completely, but yeah, like I said, I just feel it's very, very hard to control the pace of the game, to put any real pressure on Terran without the mutas. What are they actually doing with the infestors? Are they using them for fungal to delay the attacks?
Well, the style that I've been playing lately is well, I guess I could just kind of walk you through the build. I like to go hatch first. Is hatch first something you're still a proponent of in ZvT?
I don't know. It's a lot like ZvP. I still mix it in once in a while, but I feel that if they really commit to a 2-Rex, the hatchery is supposed to die.
Right.
So I don't like it that much.
Okay, that's
I'm
interesting.
kind of torn.
We'll definitely have to talk some more about that later tonight. But I like to open with hatch first, and then I'll just kind of sit on one gas until I start my layer, which gives you a lot of time to drone up and get as many lings as you feel like you need to kind of be comfortable. And then when my layer starts, I'll go up to 4 gas immediately and throw down double evos. And what I'm essentially doing here is I'm cutting the mutas out